Hello, hello, hello. Well, how's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. Tuesday, my dudes and dudettes. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? I've got some exciting news. I forgot a hat. That'll do. There we go. Hide the male pattern baldness. Hide. You do not see the male pattern baldness. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. We've got ourselves more electrochemical stuff. You like electrochemical stuff? I like electrochemical stuff. We got more electrochemical stuff. Getting a K1 eventually whenever Fabrico has kits for them. But no, I bought a printer. I put the money. I took my credit card and I did the whole, you know, take it. I bought a printer. I'm so excited. I bought a printer. A chocolate printer. Yes, the Cocoa Press. Go buy one. I don't care if I mean, according to the Google statistics, don't get angry at this comment. We're having fun. According to the Google statistics, majority of my audience is American. I know what you all like. You like the chocolate. Go buy a chocolate printer. You can go buy it. Go buy it now. Although it doesn't ship till October. So yes, I gave my money to Ellie. Get me some chocolate printer. Yeah, but it's good. It's chocolate. It's you know, it's the lifeblood of every American. Swiss chocolate. No, I bought extra though. I got extra milk. I like milk chocolate. I'm not a fan of dark chocolate, and I'm a fan of chocolate with stuff. Like personally, my favorite chocolate. There's Purdy's. There's a store at the mall called Purdy's. They sell this little chocolate. Okay, so it's about that big. Okay, it's about that big. I think it's just milk chocolate. It's filled with caramel and it's got Himalayan pink salt on it. It's so good. That kind of chocolate I like, as long as I have one or two. Because if I have more than two, it goes straight to my thighs. Melt in the Canadian heat. It's actually only 23 in here right now, so it's not too bad. So yeah, am I picking? If I can get it at Earth, I've already paid for the shipping, but if I can get it at Earth, I will. That would be very nice, but I don't know if it'll be available by then. There goes the diet. It's going good so far, although this shirt isn't helping. So I did get some stuff in. Unfortunately, stuff that I did order hasn't shown up yet. The little zip tie thingies haven't showed up yet. However, I got some things. So I got a mount for the SSR, so I can clip that on properly. And then I also finally got, now I don't know if these are real ones or knockoff. I got a feeling they're knockoff, but whatever. They're the right price on Amazon. I got Wagos, finally. I've got Wagos, finally. And then, so I printed off a bunch of little holders for Wagos. So I got that, I've got connections, I've got clips, I've got things, I've got doodads. It is time for wiring. Find the shirt. This is one of the Joel shirts. This is off Joel's store, which I don't think he has it up right now. It's the Hilbert whatever infill. No, my kit didn't have an SSR mount. I've got the SSR, but it never came with the mount. So we're gonna fix that right now because I've got the SSR and I've got the mount. So we're gonna do that. So how's everyone doing today? Today is gonna be a pretty good stream. It's just gonna be wiring. We're just gonna go through the order of operations and just get this wired up. Because I'm falling behind on this build. I was hoping to have the wiring done by now, but you know, you kind of have to have everything to do that, and I didn't have everything, so I didn't do that. And dang it, that doesn't fit through there. I need a. Will this work? That'll work. There we go. Haha. There we go. So yeah, so while we're just getting right into it, if you don't know what's going on, this is a VZBOT. Something just went flying. I don't know what. This is a VZBOT 330. We are currently in the wiring up portion of it. Oh, that was the screw. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Luckily, I bought screws. I have M4 screws. I bought M4 screws. I think these are M4. Am I printing today? No. No. We will not be printing today, unfortunately. We're still quite a ways away from that. Yeah, we still have quite a bit to do before we do any printing, so we're not going to be printing today. We've got to finish wiring everything up. So right now we're doing the mains, basically. That's where we're at. We're wiring up the mains wiring. We've got to wire up all the fans. We've got to wire up all the end stops. We've got to solder up all the end stops. We've got work to do. Yeah. So that's coming along. That's coming along. And then, oh yeah, the background music. And then also, if you want to win some Polymaker filament every stream, so you got the stubby and we got the compensator. Every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. Yeah. There we go. So this is our SSR, solid state relay. This is what makes the bed do bed things. So how am I going to sort this out? So we need to make some room here. So what I'm thinking, we've got two SSRs. So the power won't be coming from this. Power comes from this. So if I want this, I'm going to want this more this way, I think. And then I'm going to put, or do I put the SSR here? Because I've got more DIN brackets. So maybe I put like a DIN bracket here. Yeah, I'm going to put a DIN bracket here. This is the load, so this guy has to mount like that. So if I put this like this, okay, and then that way I could have the mains all here. Because the way I like to wire up these, I like to keep the high voltage to itself. So I like to set up what I call the high voltage corner. So in this case, we're gonna have high voltage come in here. It's gonna go to here. It's gonna go over here, okay? And then we have an SSR, and then we have the bed. So the bed will be probably this hole here, because the end stop's here. Yeah, so this is gonna be the high voltage corner. This is gonna be the high voltage corner. So if I mount this right here, that should give me enough room to do that, and then I could put my Wagos, which I printed these off. If these work, I should have tried these beforehand. Yeah, so I've got these that hold two of these, so I could have like, you know, positive and negative, and then this also clips onto here, hopefully, if it's sized correctly. Yep, so there we go. So this will be like neutral, positive, that goes there, and then everything breaks out, and I'll put a little strip that goes across here for this stuff. Okay, yeah, that works, that works, that works. I'm gonna have these facing down though. What time is it where I'm at? It is currently 2:10 p.m. 2:10 p.m. So just for reference, hey, it's Uncle Jesse. What did Uncle Jesse do? We made some resin toys, cool. Oh, I already had this open. Electronics, wiring diagram, printer config. So I want to see. So this is like the official recommendation kind of thing. So that there. Okay, yeah. Okay, that works. That works. Okay. I am so excited for the new Bambu. It's going to be interesting. I made some people angry because I'm like, ooh, it's a bed flinger. You know, they don't, I don't know. Anyways, TLDR, for those that don't know, SKU numbers for one of the vendors leaked. You have the A1, which is going to be, I don't know if it's a bed flinger. It might be a polar printer, but it's their like cheap multicolor entry level thing. It's called the A1. And then they have the X1E, which is probably going to be an X1, but at 300 millimeters. So it'll probably be the exact same machine as an X1, but 300 millimeter spec. Those are the two machines that are coming out tomorrow. One of the vendors accidentally leaked their SKU order form. You can find it on the internet. Here we go. Replies. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, right here. There you go. So this is what's coming out tomorrow. AMS Lite. Chamber heater unit control. This will be interesting if they actually have an actively heated chamber, or if this is like a fan control. Front cover for the X1E Carbon. So that's basically gonna be an X1 but bigger. And then you got the A1 Mini, which if there's an A1 Mini, that implies there's an A1, which is weird, but I don't see A1 anywhere, just A1 Mini. And it's a combo. So that's what it is. I don't know what the prices are. I'm assuming the X1E is gonna be expensive, and I'm assuming the A1 is supposed to be cheap. I previously said, in my opinion, that you will never find a cheaper printer from Bambu than the P1P. If I'm wrong on that, I'm wrong on that. Good on them. But they also put out a teaser image that looks very suspiciously like the vertical side profile of a bed flinger. Now they also have this patented. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I don't know where it is. It's like a delta or a polar. So it's either gonna be a polar, which good luck. There's a reason nobody sells commercial polars or successfully, but if it is, it is. Or it's just gonna be a bed flinger with multi-material. So AMS Lite's gonna be interesting how they figure out buffer on that. So it is what it is. I'm gonna stop talking about Bambu because apparently I'm not allowed to talk about it anymore. So where is my VHB? Here's looking good. Yeah, I got it all cleaned up. I figured I'd get it all cleaned up before Murph, or Remurf. Snips. Oh, and then also, I've got the new Toolhead is installed in Toasty. Unfortunately, in the time it took to print the new Toolhead, I tried to print a stealth burner for it. The filament got fuzzy. Like this filament sucks up moisture. But on the bright side, I do have a new mount for Revo High Temp in Toasty Boy. That is this high temperature material that's super stiff. So we should be okay. We should. That's why I love how many people are like, Prusa released their firmware to like the same just before Bambu. I'm like, if your release of your brand new printer that's supposed to shake up the market is overshadowed by Prusa releasing alpha firmware for a printer that is, in my opinion, several years out of date. If you're actually complaining about that and worried, how much do you believe in your product? The Mini is in horrible need of an update. Hooray for new firmware, that's great. But, you know, the Mini is still a several-year-old design. Yeah, if I can get this. I don't know what it is peeling off VHB. Something new about the 4 spool box. Yeah, maybe I'll hit them up. Everyone else seemed to get one. Maybe I'll bug them about one. What current printer design would be good for non-planar printing? YouTube comments. Ready? This is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. None of them. A Delta, a Core XY with a moving gantry, something with a kinematic bed mount. It honestly doesn't matter because we don't have slicers for it. We don't have slicers for it. So anything that, you know, can do it, and there's a few that can. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, you know, but what I'm saying is right about there. It doesn't matter because we can't print, and anything you see that's like non-planar printing is like full control. It's a demo. It's not like I can't load up a Benchy in a slicer and tell it to print it with a non-planar printer. Until we have slicers that actually support non-planar printing, and the kinematics and all the math associated with that, it's a trade show demo, and it doesn't matter what printer you do it on, because there's really no printer that, they're all custom. They're all custom. We don't have the slicers. We're limited by the technology of our time. So it'd be nice. Don't get me wrong. It would be nice, and I would love it, but it's just not something that's, in my opinion, you know, unless you want to do like a little demo yourself, it's not here yet. It's not here yet. Non-planar printing is not here yet, and it won't be for a while until somebody figures out a slicer for it. Because there's programs that can do that. If anyone here has ever worked in a tool shop, there are CAD software, or not CAD software, like CNC machine control software. That, you know, CNC machines with 5-axis, and they can do all kinds of fancy cuts and everything. And there is software that can handle that. And I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to take, you know, a milling operation and change that into an extruding operation. The problem is a lot of these softwares are like several $1,000s a seat. CAM software. So, you know, yes, there's software that can do it right now that I'm sure if you pay the developers a fat load of money, they can easily take a CAM software package. Did PowerMill do 5-axis? There's tons of CAM software that could do 5-axis. Even Fusion could do 5-axis. And program it to do extrusion instead. But this is software that costs several thousand a seat with licensing fees. And here in 3D printing land, as you all are well aware, we cheap. We like our free soft slicers. We like our, you know, I still get by on, you know, what the Cheeto Box free edition. So it is what it is. So I would love if non-planar was a thing. Go get yourself some E3D Revo nipple nozzles and have some fun there. But until, you know, actual slicers are out there that fully support the features and the requirements of planar printing, it's a trade show demo. Non-planar, yeah, it's a trade show demo. It sucks, don't get me wrong. I really wish we had, I lost the bit for this. I took the bit out of this and I put this on it, and I don't know where the bit went. Linus. Well, I'll put this one in for now. I'm sure it'll turn up. Oh, here it is, found it. But yeah, that's the thing. Surely the patents have expired. It's not so much the patents that have expired. Do you know how to program it? Because just because patents have expired doesn't mean the actual code for it is publicly freely available. That's the thing. Like, it's not like, you know, oh, the patent's expired, I'm just gonna grab it and do it. It's like, cool, you can grab it and do it, but you got to do it yourself. You can't just take, you know, somebody else's CAM software and modify it. That's the problem. Okay, so let's power this up. So I don't know about you. I can never remember how to wire up these inlets. 1 second here. Let me find my wire. There we go. Got wire. Got that. So what wire did they give me here? Where did my snips go? I had snips. Did I leave them on the table here? Oh, they're on the floor. There we go. And then we've got these, we've got this. So they did give us some black and blue wire. So they gave us this, which is cool and all, but it only goes one way. So we're gonna have to cut these to make it work. Okay. So let me take this off here, and if somebody has the image of how to wire up these inlets, can you throw it on the Discord, please, Kate? Thanks, because I can never remember how to do these. I know how to do it, I can never remember just which one's which. Yeah, I know it jumps. Considering how many times I've done this over the years, you'd think I would remember, but I know it goes like, that one goes there, that one goes there, this is ground, and then... Oh, this one's different. This one's different, shit. So one goes... crud. This one's different. This one's different than the ones I usually do. Shoot. Where is this? What are these called again? It's because this one has the 3 on the bottom. I'm used to the one with 2 on the bottom. When I think of the 100, I'm thinking of build one. Go for it. I've got no desire to build one personally. I've built a Rook. The downside of the 100 is it still has all the limitations of the Rook. It's just faster. It's still an open air, mostly printed printer. So if it was enclosed and whatnot, yeah, I might be a little bit more interested. But high-speed printing itself doesn't really entice me on its own. You have to have something with it. And the fact that the 100 is just a faster Rook, and I like how simple and basic and easy the Rook is to build. Building a version of it that's designed for high printing when, you know, Polymaker has high-speed PLA finally, which I need to get some, I need to add that to my next order. But yeah, it's just not my thing. Not my thing. Okay, so what are these inlets called? C14 with fuse wiring. C14 inlet wiring. It's okay. Let me find it. Okay. Nope. Because I'm used to these ones, but this one has 3. Yeah. See, I'm used to these ones. Yeah. So this is the one I know how to wire. So this one has 3 at the bottom. So how does? Oh God, that image scares me. What the effity F is that? Recommendations for first printer. What's your budget? Steve, hi Steve. Are you waving at me or do you know what I should use here? Which one is it? Which one? Is this it? Okay, it looks like this. Yeah, I love using a random AliExpress image as my wiring guide. Okay, so what the heck is this thing? I don't like these inlets. Does it have symbols on it? Not really. I know which ones are what. Like ground is ground, neutral is neutral, live is live, but the actual switch doesn't have anything. So why do I got 2 live going off here? What the heck is going on here? How do you wire this inlet up? What the frickety frick is that? What the frickety frick is this? I don't like these inlets. I'm following your Clipperized VSVO6, I'm crazy. Layer shifts on wide axis, belts are tight, I've checked the screws. Up the motor voltage or drop your speeds or speeds of feeds. Just wire it for the switch in line with live, only uses 2 pins. It only uses 2 pins on the switch? Okay. Do I have my multimeter out here? I don't think I do. I think my multimeter's inside. So neutral is just neutral. Ground is ground. And it only uses one switch for live? Or, I gotta find my multimeter. My multimeter's inside, I think. You only need the 3rd pin. Okay, so basically I just do. Oh, 1 second here, because these plugs kind of suck. It's basically. Okay, so basically this is my neutral off this one here. This is live, goes to this first one, and then the middle one goes right into the printer. Right, goes to wherever, and then this is just neutral or ground. So basically I don't use this pin at all. This 3rd one here, I don't use that one at all. Can't. Yeah, let me go grab my multimeter. Let me go get my multimeter. I'll let you guys talk amongst you. Actually, I'll just keep talking. I don't know what the range is. I can never remember what the range is on this, if you can hear me all the way down here. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. Why is it so here? We'll do it. What? There. I walk into the printer room and it's an oven in there, and I'm like, why is it so hot in here? And I'm like, oh wait, I've had my filament dryer running for like a day straight in that room. Maybe it's this one. Okay, cool. So 0 is off. Okay. Oh, no, 0's off. Okay, maybe it's these two. Okay, it's these two. It's the far two. Okay. So it's the far two. Okay, that makes sense. So I should probably move all these printed parts over here. There we go. It would be safer to run an extra wire. So if I wanted the light switch to turn on, would I also run a live to this third one? No, I would have to run a neutral to it, right? I would have to run a neutral to it if I wanted that to work. I just, you know, if you're going to include a mains voltage switch with your kit, it should either be pre-wired or the documentation on how to wire it up should be included with the docs. So that's something to approve upon. Where's my crimper? Uh-oh. Where is my crimper for this? You're around here. So I was using you the other day. Oh, I misplaced it. I misplaced it. I really gotta reorganize my tool room. I've got, I don't know where half my stuff is, if it's out here or in the other room. It's like, oh wait, it's over here. Oh wait, no, it's actually over here. Yeah, I think it's in here. Nope. This is that crimper. This is that crimper. This one won't work on that. That won't work on that. Is it in this drawer? No. Is it in this drawer? No. Okay, this is... Where's my crimper for these wires? It was right there the other day. Where'd it go? I used it. I used it for something inside and I don't know where I put it. I used it for something inside and I don't know where I put it. That's not good. That's not good. I used it for something inside. I don't know where I put it and I don't think this one will work on it. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I used it for something inside. I don't know where I put it. There it is. I put it back, I just put it in the wrong drawer. I put it back exactly where it needs to go, just in the wrong drawer. Nothing is more hectic than looking for a tool on a live stream with 272 people watching. Because you all are like, entertain me. Content, produce content to keep me engaged or I'm gonna leave. And I'm like, So make sure you like that smash button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Ring the bell. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member or Patreon subscriber. Links in the video description. Or just, you know, buy something using the affiliate link. That way it doesn't cost you anything extra, and you were a good consumer, a good capitalist. Or just enter to win some Polymaker filament, because we give away a spool at every stream, and nothing's better than free filament. I like free filament. Why am I repeating myself? Why not? Yeah, let me grab the, ow. Okay, that's hot. Okay, so if I want, so this now goes off here. Okay, so right now this is a switch. So this will be off and on. There's neutral and live. Ground is here, I haven't wired that in. So if I want this switch to turn on, I would basically need to splice in the neutral wire into this third one, right? So that would be neutral, and then that would go off into that way, I believe. Because then that way, that switch also gets neutral and live through it, which turns on the LED. So let's do that. I hope so. I hope I'm right. If I'm wrong, we get more content for the intro. So I view this as an absolute win. Yeah, I know. I'm using black for neutral and red for live because red is hot. Just wait till I use blue for ground. Because that's what they gave me. Remember, doesn't matter what happens as long as you get it on camera. Because if you get it on camera, it's content. Because then it's a business write-off. Medical expenses are a business write-off. Unless you're not in the States, then it's just, you know, covered. And yeah, I need to find my heat gun inside and bring it out here too. Okay, so that's that, that's that. Now I need a neutral. Because you are going to go to ground. So how am I going to do ground? So I need to get 3 wires on this. So I need to put, so let's do this. So how much wiring do I need here? For mains, I need main coming out into something, and then main goes into 1, 2, for 3. Yeah, because that guy also gets one. So I need 3 for main, 3, 4, so 4. Yeah, because it's going to be, because the way these work Wagos is, so you get main come in, connect to a Wago. So now you got a bus of live, neutral, ground. So live, well, live to the bed, and then live over there. So that's 1 in, 3 out of live. Neutral, same thing, 1, 2, and then goes here, which then goes to the bed. So I need 4 live, so 4 and 4. Which I don't know if these Wagos have 4, or if they're just 5 packs. I think they're just 5 packs. Yeah, 5 packs. But I'm gonna need more because I'm gonna need ground. Now there's no ground for that, so the ground I can get away with 3. Because it's 1 in and then 1, 2. Yeah. Because I don't think this has a ground. There's no other ground. Oh, there's a ground on the bed too. There's a ground on the bed. So yeah, I would need 5. Because there's no 4. Grab a 5. Okay. David's here. Everyone say hi, David. Are you all excited for the East Coast Rep Rack Fest, David? Y'all packed up and ready to go? Wow, these are stiff. Okay. Make sure I have a gap in there. The last thing I want to do is to accidentally put a live into a neutral. Okay. What do we have here? We got this and this. So these are smaller, so we're going to use this. So I wish I had green. You know what? I'm going to go downstairs, see if I can find some green wire. Because I'd rather use green, because they didn't ship any wire to use for the bed as a ground with this kit. That's like different. I'd rather use green wire for the bed. Let me take a look here to see what I have in stock, if I can snag anything that I might have that I don't think so though. I did cut up a wire, but I don't think I have. Oh wait, I remember. If I still have it, I don't think I have it anymore. You know what, screw it, this will work. Screw it. Because I don't need a lot. And I'm assuming you Europeans like have green wire in yours, so sure. I've got a ton of these. Okay. Is that soon? It's like in a week or something. So yeah. It's like up the street from your house though, so you don't gotta worry about it too much, just show up. There you go, look, ground wire. Now I gotta figure out how to pull out one wire from this whole thing, which probably can't. Yeah, that ain't coming, okay. And this cuts the wire. There we go, ground wire. Very stiff ground wire. And you know what? I'm not going to use this wire now that I'm realizing it, because this is European ground wire. That plug is a European plug, which is lower for amperage. because they use 220 and I use 110 here because yay, Canada. 1 second, I'm gonna go find green wire. I'm gonna keep talking while I'm doing this though. Shoot. Hey, doggo. Green, I know I have it. Where'd it go? There we go. There we go. There we go. Christopher, thank you for becoming a member. Cheers. There we go. Green is ground. We like ground. Okay, wires for rated for 13 amps. Is it? I know, I like my 16 gauge wire, and the wire that this ground wire is much lower than 16 gauge. So, rather be safe than sorry. If you're dumping full amperage through your ground wire, you're already having a bad day. So, there we go. Yeah, if you're dumping your full rated amperage through your ground wire, things have already gone kind of bad. So it's kind of like the least of your worries at that point. So, yeah. Yeah, green is ground because of planet Earth. Did I ground the DIN rail? It's just VHB, Don. Earth is 70. Well, Earth's surface is covered in 71% water, but the vast majority of the Earth is not water. Okay, so we're gonna go right into there. So with Wagos, apparently you're not supposed to use ferrules because part of how they actually connect is they pinch the wire. So if you actually go ahead and put a ferrule on it, it won't be able to pinch the wire properly, apparently. So you just twist them, put it in, and that's it. Remember, I remember that at least one DIN needs to be screwed in so be grounded. The thing is though, with the DIN, the only one that you would technically want to ground would be this. Because this gets low voltage, this gets low voltage. These Wagos are connected to plastic, not touching anything. They're fully insulated. So the only thing that would be on paper that you would want to ground would be this. But the only thing going through here is a neutral current and a low voltage. So if something shorts, you're frying everything anyways. Like this is already isolated. So there's nowhere, even if this shorts, where's the voltage going? These will trip, like everything, the fuses and everything will trip if this shorts. If this, you know, fuses open or close, like that's all that will happen with this. It's either stays open or closed. So, because the DINs aren't carrying any voltage. That's correct, although there's nothing wrong with using ferrules. Somebody last stream was saying it, and the fact that the way a Wago works is it crimps the wire. Like, it doesn't crimp it, but it pinches it. It makes me not want to use a ferrule in it. Ferrules and Wagos, the pineapple on pizza. Well, here, let's ask Google. Do you use ferrules in a Wago? If you're talking about the Wagos with lever, the manufacturer instructions in dash 8 say no ferrules are necessary. There doesn't seem to be any pros or cons to using ferrules. I sure wouldn't bother removing a ferrule if there was one, but adding one is a waste of time. Good enough for me. It's secured. There's enough, the way this is designed, the actual like sheath of the wire is in the connector. So it's not like you have like spare wires hanging out that you could accidentally short against. It's all contained. This right here, you could finger naughty time with this right now, and this wire, there's no sparky sparks gonna come out. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, so this one will be my, I'm gonna make this one neutral, this one hot. You're eating pizza? I could go for pizza. I haven't had pizza in so long. That's secure. This is the first time I'm actually using Wagos, by the way. In the UK, we use screw-based chocolate blocks where they have like a Wago and you tighten the screw against that. And I always use without ferrule. Yeah, we use those in mold making all the time for wiring up like the limits and a bunch of stuff. Yeah, you would have those blocks where you basically just tighten the screw to press it, and there'd be a bar down the middle, so it would just, you know, that would be one thing. Okay. So now I'm gonna wire up this power supply first and make sure that everything's working. So I will say this is kind of annoying to do with this position on camera, but I'm sure you guys want to see as much of this as possible. So I will suffer through it because for my audience, it's all for you guys so you can learn. The Triac and the SSR uses the metal backplate as a heat sink, so if it fails its entire product, it makes the DIN rail live. That is true, but the DIN rail is also isolated. So, like the last thing I want is if this fails to energize this plate. So the fact that it's that, and then again, if this fails, I'm pretty sure like everything would right away, the fuses and everything would pop. I've never grounded an SSR before. Yeah, I've never grounded a solid state relay before, so. Now I've grounded printer frames before, at times. I've not made a huge habit of it, but I have done it. Second, my phone's going off. Who shared a photo? I hate when I get information that I can't confirm. That scares the shit out of me, but I can't confirm it. Okay. When people I trust send me information, I believe it. Where is it? No, I can't reach it that way. Boop, boop, boop. You know. Are you in? Yeah, you're in land mode. Okay, moving on. Okay. Moving on. So let's crank this on. It's related to what he said, Lee. I could say what I just got a text about, but I get enough shit from the Bambu supporters that I'm gonna wait until they decide to disclose it publicly, or somebody else does. But here's the thing, I don't know if it's somebody just causing shit because Bambu has a big release tomorrow, or if this is actually something that they've been trying to get resolved and they've been ignored. So they did respond to the tweet, yeah. But responding to a tweet and taking action are two different things. So this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna take the power supply off for this. Yeah, I'm gonna take the power supply off for this. Because it makes it easier to wire it up. And because I don't know if I set this one for 110. Let me guess, they have been hacked. You said it, not me. Okay, so we wire up our stuff here. So we got live. I've got no confirmation of anything. Somebody who I've had interactions with has just kind of given me a little, hey, heads up. So that's it. That's all I got, and that's what we're doing. So that's all I'm kind of sticking with for now. If you are any concern, take your Bambu off the network, run it in LAN only mode. That's what I do. Mine is actually on LAN only mode. But the cloud. Waiting for somebody down the Bambu Discord, which I will say, actually, I popped into the Bambu Discord today and I had a nice little chat with a bunch of people there. It was pretty nice. I'm not going to spill the beans because I can't disclose my source, because my source can't confirm it. It's somebody who I would trust their opinion, but they can't, they can't, you know. So simple as that. Neutral is blue, apparently. Live is red, neutral is blue. Immediately change the default MKS password just in case. Yep, that's smart to do. Any of these printers that have a, here's the thing, you gotta remember, I really don't like, you know, as much as I love Clipper, I'm not a huge fan of all these machines running Clipper. Simply for the fact that that is a computer. You are running a computer. Who was on Reddit yesterday? What was the top post on Reddit yesterday or the day before? Literally, it was, hey, I found this thumb drive in a parking lot and all these files are from 1999. Isn't this cool? Whereas everyone who has any sort of knowledge about network security just had a combined aneurysm. Okay. Those are good. Okay. This is set for 150. Yeah, they did finally. Yeah, they're talking to the guy apparently, so hopefully they get it sorted out. But this isn't the first, second, or this is the third time. I did. It's 115. I did double check it. We are good. Okay. So we got ourselves ground. Goes into ground. Need to figure out what I'm doing for dinner tonight. We did buttered chicken and rice last night with some little bit of naan bread. We did that last night. I gotta figure out what I'm doing tonight. There we go. And then tomorrow's Costco day. I can't say anything. I'm not going to say anything. Just because it appears they are working with them to get it taken care of, but... Okay, why aren't you locking? Why aren't you locking? There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is wire this up. And then we're going to plug it in, and hopefully this is how I wire stuff. Ready? Whenever you wire up anything, especially with mains voltage, what I do, make sure all your plugs are nice and tight. Okay, so we got ground, we got mains, we got live. So as of right now, the only thing we have hooked up is this power supply. Ergo, if I done goofed and we get sparky sparks, I fry a power supply, and that's it. Simple as that. I have a spare power supply. We can continue wiring things up if I blow something up. So this is why you start with, you power it up as you go, right? You wire this up, okay, we're good. You wire up the other power supply, you power it up, okay, we're good. You wire up the control board. Does it get power? Okay, do the lights turn on? Good. Okay, now hook everything up to the control board, because the last thing you want to do is fry everything because you plugged something wrong in here. Okay, so plug that in. Help if I put the plug in the right way. Okay, flip the switch. Okay, the light is on the switch. Power supply is on, and we're good. Okay, we're good. Now what I can do is make sure we got 24 volts on this thing. Let me come around to this side so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so remember, don't touch the mains. Okay. Remember the last time I did this, we got sparks, so I don't need new intro footage. Can you see the multimeter? No, you can't, but I can. Cool. Okay, voltage negative, voltage positive. 24 volts. We're good. Powered off. We're good. New GIF incoming. I don't need new GIFs. Just wanted to make sure it works. It works, we're good. Okay. So that is good there. Okay. Probably should have used these wires. These wires look heavier duty. Yeah, we're probably fine. What gauge are these wires? No, I use these ones. These ones look fine. Yeah, these ones are fine. Shit, I should have used these wires. I'm gonna swap this one blue out for red. That way, at least. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to accidentally plug. Yeah, I'll do this one and this one. Cool. Good enough. Whatever. Okay. It's still on. What do you mean it's still on? Oh, yeah, the LED takes time for the light to go out because it's a capacitor. So it takes time. So the power's off. Like there is no plug, but it takes time for that LED to drain the charge on the capacitor. And then also, I think we're gonna do it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the monthly Only Benchy Yacht Club stream. So if you are a member of the channel or Patreon supporter, or somebody gives you a membership by the end of the day, tomorrow we're going to be doing the monthly Only Benchy Yacht Club live stream. So every month we do a stream where we just hang out with members of the channel and Patreon supporters. And it's just a hangout stream. Now here's the fun thing. We're going to try something a little bit different. Usually it's, you know, I work on something, or it's just more max relax or something. I think we're gonna try a gaming stream. I think tomorrow we're gonna do a gaming stream. I don't know what game, but I'll fire up the computer and we'll do a gaming stream tomorrow, I think. Time? Earlier, 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. to however long it goes, because if it's a gaming stream and I get sucked into it, we're gonna be a while, and the little guy's at school till 2. So simple as that. So yeah, so we're gonna do that tomorrow. We're gonna have a gaming stream tomorrow, so that should be fun. Starforge. Starforge is a computer from a bunch of streamers. Baldur's Gate. It might be, but maybe we'll fire up a Baldur's Gate character or something. I do want to make another playthrough. Playing Roblox? I have never played Roblox. I would never play Roblox. Live? Neutral? And ground. What is the silver box on the right? This is a power supply. There are 2 power supplies in this printer. We got a 24 volt and a 48 volt because this uses high voltage steppers. So this one powers the controller board and everything on it. This one just powers these 4 drivers. And maybe the CPAP? I don't know. I'll have to look. So good thing I've got more of these Wagos, because that'll be nice to break out the power for these, because these need to use 48 volt too. I'd like Nero to play Eve. I played Eve. I played Eve from like 2008, 9-ish, all the way to, I want to say around 2011, 2012. I played Eve back when Band of Brothers was still around. I like just before all that shit went down, or just after all that shit went down, I was playing. So yeah, I played Eve. I'm not getting back into it. The game's completely changed, and it's like a free-to-play game with like microtransactions. It's not a game I would play right now. I ain't got time for that. I put 200 hours into Baldur's Gate over the past month. I don't need another time sink like that. Trogdor 4, sorry. Gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. Okay, so this is gonna go like so. So right about to there. So all those that just got gifted a membership, you can hang out in the member stream tomorrow. Party time. Excellent. Yeah. So yeah, so I don't know what game we'll play tomorrow, but we'll play a game on the stream tomorrow. If it goes good, maybe I'll make it a monthly like party game, like a multiplayer game of some sort. Thing is, I don't really play any multiplayer games right now, and I would want a game that I can announce in advance. That's either like a game that's cheap or free, so that more people can play. So, Wago is pronounced Wago. It's German. Wago. Going to put no. Wait. Stop talking in the German voice. You're gonna make a bad joke. Jackbox party. The thing is with the Jackbox, okay, I've played the Jackbox party game. The problem with that is it's much more fun when you are inebriated in some sort, and it's too early in the morning for that. So, Minecraft server. No. A bunch of guys on the Voron dev team fired up a Minecraft server a little while ago and made me rebuy Minecraft, and I could see my life slipping away. BattleBit. I've heard good things about BattleBit. But you got to pay for that game, right? You got to buy it. Which, nothing against the game you got to buy, but okay. So we're gonna have you go right. There we go. Hopefully I line that up. Is there a hole there? Yeah, there's a hole there. We're good. So these can go through here, but these ones are gonna go through here. $15, that's not bad. Oh, we'll figure it out. Thing is, I got to set up OBS on my computer now, and you're getting a webcam feed. I am not bringing up a camera upstairs, so you're getting webcam feed tomorrow. Any reason why the V2.4 doesn't have side support for the extrusions? Like that? Because it's not needed on a V2.4. You can put them on if you want. Nothing's stopping you. It's your build. But it's for the spec speeds and feeds and capabilities of a V2, it's not really needed. But again, it's your build. If you want to add them, add them. Nothing's stopping you. You may have to redesign them because V2.4 is 20 mil extrusions. But again, you do you. You want to add them? Add them. Go for it. Have fun. I think I have a webcam on my computer upstairs. I literally can't remember. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so now let me turn on this power supply and make sure this one works. Okay, we're good. Actually, let me check the voltage. That is for 115. There's a Voron version already. Well, there you go. Put them on then. The joys of DIY. Do what you want. What you really, really want. That's positive. That's negative. And that is 48.1 volts. Ooh, we're getting a little bit more power. Cool. Am I going to get a Mark 1? Mark 1 what? I've got a Mark 3 and a Mark 4. What's a Mark 1? Is 3D printing still popular? I would say yes, but no. I think 3D printing got a really big boost over the lockdowns. A lot of people were stuck at home. They had funds that would have gone to expenses like holidays and whatnot that they put into other things. I think 3D printing grew a lot during the at home, but I think it's kind of leveled out. I think it was kind of doing one of these and it said that, and now it's kind of like this a bit. I don't think you're going to see the growth that some people predicted. Like, remember 5 years ago, oh, everyone's going to have a 3D printer at home, and that hasn't changed. Two reasons. One, machines really haven't changed too much. Even the most useful machine, like even the most consumer-friendly machines like the Bambus, still require way more work to use properly than any other appliance in your house, right? If everyone remember, if you had to PID tune your toaster or level the bed on your oven, like, or deal with filament jams, right? That's something. No other appliance in your house, when you compare a 3D printer to any other appliance in your house, is as much of a pain in the butt. Okay, so there's still the barrier to entry and usability, and then also the fact that we're limited to models. People can't the vast majority of people can't CAD. Right? So if you know, I'm gonna get a printer, that way if something breaks at home, I'll just print a part. Okay, well this connector on this bracket on your washing machine broke. Okay, we're gonna get the CAD for that. Do you know how to CAD up a replacement that's geometrically accurate? Do you know how to use Fusion or any other actual CAD software? Because Whirlpool isn't gonna give out all the blueprints and the CAD files for everything that they ever put out. Like, yeah, I think 3D printing is still firmly in the well of hobbies. So, yeah. I still think it's firmly, it's getting more popular, but I don't think you're gonna see the explosive growth. The explosive growth that we saw during the pandemic is probably the biggest growth you're ever gonna see in 3D printing. And now what's happening is the market is gonna get consolidated. The market has gotten to the point where now it's a big enough market that you're gonna see players come in and try and consolidate the market. So the same thing kind of happened in FPV and other things where like it was like open, a few hobbyists and whatnot, and then somebody saw that there was a market there and they moved in, and now they're the dominant force in the market. And for your average at-home person, lots of benefits, but it still is at the end, somebody controlling the market. And whenever you have, a monopoly, monopolies are never usually the best thing in the world. So you should always rally against monopolies. The family's home. So I'm a big proponent of, if you simp for a company, you're doing it wrong. All companies deserve to be fairly criticized, and when they do good, rewarded, and when they do bad, call them out. No company should be the dominant force in a market, because if it is, that's how you end up with Thingiverse. Calvin! Hey, buddy! Did you have a good day at school?
Yeah.
Good day?
I got it.
Hey, come here.
I got a bad day. I'll go a little bit.
You did what?
A little bit bad. Better than yesterday.
You did better than yesterday? Did you have fun? Oh, you got a sticker?
Yes.
Here, do you want to show everyone your sticker?
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah,
Oh, what are you getting out of the fridge? What are you getting out of the freezer? Other than knocking my light over.
Popsicle.
Popsicle? Are you allowed to have a popsicle?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Help.
I don't think he can't reach the popsicle. Okay, so that's wired up. That's wired up. Next thing is this guy.
Popsicle season 1 to 4.
Oh, what? Here, do you want Daddy to open it? Come here.
It got the paper and I got ice cream in it too.
Someone's vocal.
Hi, Daddy. I want to know.
There you go. Say hi.
What?
What? He's staring at you.
Hi.
What do you see? He's just staring at himself at the screen. Okay, inside. Okay, grab Daddy beer. No, it's too early for beer. Okay, and today's Tuesday, right? Today's Tuesday, yeah. Okay, so that is that. So we got that. Now we need to wire that up. So that will be for the bed. So this one, I don't need a crazy. Actually, for the bed, I'm going to use, where's the red? Because that is, or the thick black. Yeah, thick black one for the bed. Yeah, too early for beer o'clock. This is not. Well, it is 3:18. The thing is, I only got like 2 beers left, and I'm not gonna have a beer because a beer doesn't really do anything. I'm here to engage on the heckin' large printer. It is heckin' large. And if you want to get one of these kits yourself, I can't remember if I said at the beginning of the stream, if you are interested in getting one of these kits, this is the Mellow kit for the VZBOT 330, obviously. And this kit was sent to me by print3d.org. Link for them in the video description if you are interested in getting one of these kits yourself. So check them out in the description because they were kind enough to send this kit over for testing, evaluation, building, and review. You know, we don't really do reviews on this channel. We build printers and printer accessories and mods. The stuff for the Galileo 2 should be in this week. So we'll be continuing on with Tallboy on Friday there, or Saturday. Friday is the community challenge. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, every month we do a community challenge on the Discord, and that stream is this Friday. So, what's the real? It's one of these bad boys. The retail price is in the link in the description. Go check out the website because I don't know it off the top of my head. So go check out the website. Did it come with kickback money? Nope. Unless you see a logo on the stream, an actual logo, or I actively call it out that this is a paid sponsored stream, it's not. The last time I actually had a company sponsor a video, I'll let you know. The Hedemames, that live stream was a sponsored live stream from Hedemame, and they are awesome. They are my daily driver headphone. I use them every day. No problem taking a sponsorship from them. The keyboard was PCBWay. Was it PC or JLC? I can't remember if it was JLC or PCB. I think it was JLC. JLC sponsored the keyboard video that I did. That didn't do too good, but that was just because I wanted to do it. So they sponsored that. And then the Thang sponsorships. And then events. Events I have sponsors for. So I had like, you know, for when I go to an event, you know, like LDO sponsored Rapid earlier this year, and they're sponsoring me to go to Smurf. Piopolis sponsoring me to go to Earth in 2 weeks. Like, so those are sponsored. Watch this. YouTube comments. 2 things to that. 1, no real YouTuber will tell you how much they get paid for their sponsorships because most people have their own rates. Depends on the size of the channel, their viewer counts. You ask for more, and if they want to give you less, you get less. You don't know. Maybe sometimes you luck out and get more than what you think. But 2, I don't do paid sponsorships from companies, so I have no idea what Bambu pays. I don't know if Bambu pays anyone. I don't know. There are certain people that I think do paid sponsorships, but they have to disclose it. So if they say in their video, this is a sponsored video, unless they disclose that they weren't paid for it, assume they got paid for it if they say it's sponsored. So for me, I'll say a video, the kit was sponsored. So this kit is sponsored by print3dshop.org, right? Link for them in the description, but they are not paying for the stream. They sent me this kit, that is it. So there's no contract. I'm allowed to say whatever I want, but this is not a paid sponsor stream. So, and considering I just dropped $1,500 on a chocolate printer, if you do want to sponsor the channel for anything, let me know. Because $1,500 for a chocolate printer, I can't wait to build it, but considering I barely broke even on the Prusa series, and the Ultimaker series, it's really good when, you know, okay, yeah, I got sponsored, or I got revenue, but expenses for that month were not great on the channel, put it that way. So, I am a horrible YouTuber. I am a horrible YouTuber. I do not shill myself enough as I should compared to other channels. Let's be honest, I do not shill myself anywhere near as much as some other channels. Okay, so where is this wiring diagram? Okay, so this is what I got to work with. Open link in a new tab. Why aren't you opening? Are you opening? There we go. Okay, cool. So we got this. So this is what they gave us. This is what we got. So apparently I'm supposed to ground the bed at some point. We'll figure that out in a minute. Or ground the frame. Let's ground the frame. Do I got green wire left? I should have some green wire left. Did I drop it? I might have dropped it. Let's ground the frame. The fact that I don't shill enough. The thing is though, I do have a mortgage. So I'm lucky. My operating costs as a channel are quite low, as you can tell from this wonderful set that we have here. That is my garage that, again, spent way too much updating. So yeah, the fact that my operating costs are pretty low, my expenses are pretty low. I'm lucky. The only debt I really have is a mortgage. I'm able to run the channel pretty efficiently, so I'm okay. But, it is what it is. Okay, so we are going to put this screw right at the very bottom here. So let's ground the frame. If they want to ground the frame, I'm going to ground the frame. Once I find a washer. So it is nice to not be beholden to sponsors. So I can say whatever I want to say in a Subaru. I needed the new car. And the problem is right now in today's market, buying an old or used car is stupid. Because it's like, well, yeah, if you buy a car that's so old that it's gonna, so where I live in a rust belt, right? I live in Southern Ontario. We salt the roads here. Any car that's over 5 years old is pretty much gonna have rust issues. And then the problem is right now with the current market, any car that's within 5 years, you're only saving a couple grand versus a new car. So you might as well just bite the bullet and, get a new car, which is what I did. Which, considering, I have to drive to things like IRF and MRF and whatnot, it is nice to have a new car for those kind of trips. There we go. Okay, so we're grounding the frame. I've got this attached there, so the frame is grounded. Well, cheers, Perrin. Can't reach the controller board via UART, use longer wires. But you might have to go into the configs and set up UART. Follow the video on my channel. I have like a guide on how to set up a Raspberry Pi, and there's some command line stuff you got to do to enable UART. Okay, there we go. Adaptive cruise is nice. It is. Like I've only done a couple, like a 2-hour drive in it so far. Is the longest drive, or actually no, I drove to MRF. Just being able to turn on the adaptive cruise and it stays in the line. Like, yeah, you still need to keep a hand on the wheel, but the fact that you're not constantly like micro adjusting the steering wheel and the throttle, it's like you finish the drive, you were nowhere near as tired. That was like the biggest thing I took away from last year when I had the rental Ford Edge when I drove it to IRF. Which is like a 9-hour drive for me over the Appalachians, which I'm actually looking forward to driving over the Appalachians again. That part of the drive was nice. Driving through Ohio sucks. Driving through Ohio. But like a 9-hour drive, I used to be tired after an all-day drive, and I've done all-day drives. But after that, I'm like, this ain't bad. I'm not, I feel pretty good. Okay, so that's that. So that is the frame grounded. That's that. So I think that's it. That goes to that. So I'm going to have one live here for the bed, which we'll put the bed in later. So now I could start wiring up this controller. So what have they given me here? So I'm going to have to wire up this first. Do I build Tamiya RC kits? The fact I don't know what that is, no I don't. 17-hour drive for Earth for you? Ooh, that is a drive. That is a haul. Okay, so now we gotta do that side of the SSR. It does say ground the SSR. You know what? I'm gonna ground the SSR. You know what? I'm gonna be safe. I'll ground the SSR. I will ground the SSR. Because you know what? I'll do it anyways. I may also end up doing some off-stream wiring on this thing because this is taking a lot of time to wire this up. But I will ground the SSR because it's telling me to ground the SSR. So I will be a good boy and ground the SSR. And then go back to the USSR. Just like the song that all the boomers listen to. Does it matter what side? I think it doesn't matter what side. I think both sides are the same on this. Have you ever squished white wire under the left PSU? I did squish a white wire under the PSU here. I will fix that. Thank you for pointing that out, Mike. How come Mike had to point that out? How come none of y'all were paying attention? How come Mike was the only one paying attention? Missed everyone else posting about it. Oh, well then, it's Mikey's turn. Oh, yeah, but see, Mikey threw in a, what, $2 and something cents, so he got noticed. $2, there we go. To be honest, I do make it a point to try and answer as many questions as I can. I do miss chat sometimes, and it is true, if you do throw like $2 on it, I do notice it more because it's highlighted. So if you need to get my attention, at me. If you at me, I'm more likely to notice it. But if I really miss it, because especially right now, because YouTube is doing the thing where it defaults to top chat and not live chat, a big bright sign is the easiest way to get attention of a YouTuber. Was waiting for sparks. I don't think you would get sparks off this, although hopefully it still works. Hope I didn't break the wire. Okay. Okay, so the SSR is grounded now. So that is good. So that's all there. It's actually looking pretty neat. These will run through here eventually. I just haven't put them in. Okay, so we got the motors in there. So let's do the tool head wires. So we got, that's that. So let's do the tool head wires now. So there's supposed to be a big box here. I haven't printed it yet. I haven't printed like much of the enclosure stuff. So that one there. So I'm gonna have these ones go this way, under here. So this box here is, how big is this box? I haven't printed it yet. So it comes down a little bit there. So I could put a little thing on the side here. So I will do something, but for now, so this one will go that way because that's motor wire. So this comes this way. So we got, what do we got here? We got a fan. Got the hot end, which are these big wires. So this is kind of long, but I'll just loop it. Okay, and then we've got SSR, and I still got to solder up the end stops. I'll do that after. I'll do that off stream. I said the same thing in chat 3. Okay, so YouTube, it really annoys me, but YouTube defaults to top chat. So if you look at chat on stream, it defaults to top chat, okay? Which is super annoying because I always forget to put it on live chat. So live chat shows everything. Top chat like filters out some messages, and I don't know what it does. It's weird, and it annoys me. Okay, so where is the hot end? So hot end, thermistor, goes to those two. Why do we got two wires here? Why do we got two different color wires for the thermistor? Okay, so the heater goes to, why you got purple and, what is purple? Like they're unipolar, it's a heater, the colors don't matter. But why do you have purple? Why y'all got the purple? It don't matter. But these are gonna get ferrules. Where can you find a synthwave? It is Stream Beats. I listen to Stream Beats. That is what we listen to on the stream. So Stream Beats is royalty free. It's all pre-cleared music, so I don't get DMCA'd. And you know, random companies don't take, you know, my pittance of ad revenue on these videos. Yeah. So that's what we listen to is Stream Beats. By the way, I've had this kit, this ferrule kit. I bought this like 5 years ago and I barely made a dent in it. Sometimes I miss the big glowing message. Did I miss one? Don't tell me I missed one. Oh, Apulo, do you need gummy resupply? I am good on gummies. I am good on gummies, man. The lo-fi. I don't listen to lo-fi on stream often just because I find it's too relaxing. I'm a big proponent of you need to keep people entertained, and music that's a little more pumpy is less, you know, when I suddenly forget that I need to talk, it keeps people's attention longer. So that's kind of why I use synthwave or the EDM soundtrack mostly. It's because people pay more attention, I find. I just love that people are like, you talk too much. I'm like, then you're missing the point of the show. If I don't talk, people don't watch. It's hilarious, but I could check the metrics, and I've done it where if I'm, you know, there's a part of the stream where I go without talking for a while, my engagement drops. It's actually hilarious how true it is. It's the whole like shitty thumbnail thing. Like, you know, the thumbnails we all hate on YouTube? The whole, although apparently Mr. Beast found out you're supposed to smile without opening your mouth, so it's supposed to be like, yeah, people do that because it works. And if you don't do it, you get less engagement. It is true. Even I've started putting my face in thumbnails because it works. I hate it, but it is what it is. Okay. Hot end fan or heat pump. So that goes to there. So this is the hot end fan. And that goes to, which one? This first one, which I don't have a dip switch on. So I'm assuming the hot end fan, I can't remember, is my hot end fan 12 volt or 24 volt? I can't remember. What is the hot end fan? Is it 12 volt or 24 volt? And then these don't have it labeled. Shit. Okay. Critique time. Every fan is 24 volt? Okay. Right here, I'm wiring up this fan. It's using the French, but what the fuck is pink and brown? There's nothing on here that gives me plus and minus for the voltage. Like, is it positive and negative? Nothing is positive and negative on here. I can't see anything on this side that's labeled, so I have to see it on the back, but there is no way to view the back. So what I have to do now is pull up the Super 8 Pro pinout sheet. Fly Super 8 Pro. Is this even the right one? This looks like, no. Is this the right one? No, this isn't. Is this the right one? Apply Super 8. Is the Super 8 and the Super 8 Pro the same pinout? Pink and brown is French Canadian. Yeah, so, okay, see how positive is the inward one? And then on this side, positive is the outward one. Ooh, that's dangerous. That is a dangerous way of, like, I know why you do it because it's easier for the schematic on the inside, but the fact that it's different from here to here, ooh, that's a spicy. That's a spicy. Ooh, okay. And I'm assuming these, what did I pin these out for? 24 volts? I'm assuming 24 volts. I think I did 24 volts. Yeah, the fact that it's the connector is keyed. Oh, it does flip-flop. Okay, it does, the connector does flip-flop. But the thing is, a lot of the time you're doing your own connections. So you're not really looking at the key anymore. You're just looking that it gives, okay, this side's positive, this side's negative. Like it's, if you wire up printers, you probably understand what I'm saying here. Because you're just wiring it up. And I go, okay, so I'm looking at here. Okay, so this is positive, this is negative. Okay, I make my little connector, I plug it in. And then, okay, the next one, okay, so positive, negative, and I plug it in and it's backwards. Like that's, you gotta be careful of that. So let's do this. So. Now I need to find my JSTs, which I think this kit came with some JSTs. You should be using JST, well, let's be honest, you should be using Molex KK. I wish more of these printers came with Molex KK instead of JST. I know why they come with JST, because everyone has JSTs. Blame the Ender for that, because the Ender boards use JSTs and that's what everyone uses. Because how many controller boards are designed to just drop in on Enders? And we have to deal with the shitty form factors because they're designed to drop in on Enders. But anyways, that's one of the reasons I like the Duet boards. They got Molex KKs and they're so nice. They're so much of a nicer connector. They got a better lock. They don't break as easily. What is this? Oh, first day of SK. Okay. Look at all these connectors. They've graced us with connectors. Molex Saber. Don't think I've ever used Molex Saber, or if I have, I probably just use like a generic form of them. Although what's worth are like the shitty JSTs. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, some kits give you good JST connectors, but there's also kits that give you like the really shitty JST connectors that, like, when you crimp, the pin breaks off half the time. Making progress. We got the mains voltage wired up. We're now wiring up the tool head. So the motors are wired up. Wiring up the tool head. Problem is, it's all just crimping and stripping, which takes time, unfortunately. Every annoyance. To be honest, a good chunk of it is like look at all the SKR boards, the SKR mini boards. They all have the same shitty layout and screw locations because they're designed to work on Enders. Like when your design just becomes so popular, it just becomes the standard, and you're like, ugh. Okay, so if this goes like this. Okay, so positive on the outside and neutral on the inside. And that is that. There we go. Okay, so that is that. Thermistor. Where does the thermistor go? Thermistor goes on these top two? Top two. Does this board take PT100? ADC in, out. Does this take a PT100? ADC? Eh, whatever. Okay, so it takes those top two. Okay. Just a weird, the wiring, like thermistor, I know it's labeled there, but why is it up here? But whatever, okay, that's hot end fan, so thermistor, yeah, it goes to those two. Okay. Okay. I got a feeling these wires are gonna be a pain to crimp and strip. You wanna read? I don't know what this has. I think this comes with a PT100 or 1000. I think it comes with a PT100 or 1000. I actually don't know. Oh yeah, this wire is gonna be a pain to strip. There we go. It's a PT1000? Okay, so it comes with a PT1000. I couldn't use the E3D one anyways because this one is, it's a screw in. No wait, no that didn't. Dang it. Is that bare metal? Oh, that's bare metal. Okay. You want to know what's a really annoying temperature probe? The are they Kistler sensors? I can't remember. Was it Kistler sensors? I can't remember what probe it was. If it was a temperature or a pressure sensor. But we had these sensors in a tool, and I'm pretty sure they were Kistler sensors. But TLDR, they were length dependent. So what would happen is if you accidentally cut the wire or broke the wire in any way, you had to throw it out. I'm pretty sure they were a thermocouple of some kind. I can't remember exactly which one. So if you broke or crushed the wire in any way, you had to throw it out, which got really annoying because you had them in lifters and whatnot, parts of the tool that would move. And every now and then a wire would get pinched during assembly or disassembly. And you were screwed at that point. You had to completely take everything apart and replace it. And half the time you didn't have a replacement that was long enough to work. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Because especially if you're like putting the tool together the day before it like ships to a customer and you find out somebody broke it and nobody mentioned it or they didn't know they broke it. And then you go to put it together and you got a broken wire and you're like, oh shit. And they're like, well, I'm gonna try soldering it and hopefully the resistance don't change too much, and out the door it goes onto a boat to Germany, and you better hope it works. If it don't, someone's going on a service call. Won't be the first time. Are you ever going to Europe? I will be going to the to Smurf. So I will be going to the Sanjay Mortimer Rep Fest in England in last day of November to first weekend of December. So I'll be going to England. Size sensitivity. They're either a pressure or temperature sensor in an injection mold, and it has to do with accuracy. I'm pretty sure it was I can't remember. I think it was a temperature sensor. It has to be so accurate. I don't know. It's an industrial sensor. Industrial sensors. Anything that's industrial is more super, you know, it is. More expensive and it's, yeah. How about SPI or 2IC sensors? Why not use those? Remember, if you have a question of why something is used or not used in 3D printing, 80% of the answer is because cheap. Simple as that. Why don't we use better sensors in our beds? Because we're cheap. Why don't we use better types of heaters? Because we're cheap. Why don't we use servos? Because we're cheap. Remember, everything that's in this machine is in that machine, is in that machine, is in that machine. We all use the same stuff because we're all cheap. That's what 3D printing is. At-home 3D printing is just how cheap can we do this? Okay, so that's that. So what else do we got here? So we've got the X end stop, which I haven't wired up any of the end stops. What is this board? Oh, is this what powers the Pi? Oh, that's what powers the Pi. Okay. Does it just plug in? My lights just flickered. Okay, so I just plug in there. And then this powers the Pi, I guess. That's kind of nice. It's got a little breakout board to pull power from here and plug into the Pi. That's cool. Do I get a little USB cable? Yeah, I do. Cool. Power in. There we go. And that just kind of there. Plug it the wrong way. Cool. I will zip tie that at some point. There you go. That's actually kind of nice. Okay. So what else? What else? Let's actually wire up the board now. That's something I gotta wire up. Okay. So that's the 24 volt. So, oh my God, I hate these colors. Why'd you use purple and yellow? Okay, let's actually pull the okay. Because two of these go to the SSR. Okay. Okay. So brown. Oh my, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this wiring. I don't like this. There we go. Okay. Negative, positive, positive, negative, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Keep the right orientation. Why y'all be flip-flopping? Run a wire between the two negative terminals. On what? What do you mean run a wire between the two negative terminals? Power supplies? They negative wire to negative to negative. They're all connected through this. The negative wire comes out of here, goes into here, and then negative goes into there. There already is this all the negatives are connected to this one Wago. They're both connected already. Yeah, it's been like that from when we wired it up. Okay, so now we need for the bed. Let's use this wire for the bed. Because there's the way this works, technically any voltage between 5 and 24 volts can switch this, but remember, bed is bed. So this right here, 1 and 2, which are under me here, right there, is the bed, okay? So bed is bed. So you can avoid, you know, wiring up these 4 terminals right here by just using a fan for your end stop, because you only need this plug here to tell the SSR, but this needs power coming in for power to come out to tell the SSR. So you can avoid wiring up 4 connections here and just pulling, you know, 12 volts or 24 volts from a fan to tell the SSR. But bed is bed. It just makes troubleshooting easier. Because, you know, monkey brain, you know, your monkey brain go, why not work? I wire up quickly. Oh, wait, bed. That's why. So human monkey brain, bed is bed. The box should have a nice sticker for the input wires. A sticker. Is there a sticker? I don't see a sticker anywhere. I took like the wires out and dumped them on the table, so unless it fell in here, I don't see a box with wires in it with a label. Yeah, I don't see a box with labels. Like yeah, I do not see that. Now that you mention it, I remember seeing that on Steve's printer. Steve's printer has it. I'm running low. What I'm actually running low on are these little blade terminals. I'm gonna have to buy some more shit. Nope, that ain't good. There's a sticker for the Super 8 with the... I know, apparently there is, but I don't know where it's at. I looked in the boxes, I don't see it. And it probably fell out on my shelf somewhere here, and I have no idea where it went. So I think I just dumped all the wires out, and I don't know where it went. So. You want to connect the DC grounds as well to make sure it's a common ground. Again, all the grounds are connected to the same single Molex block, or Wago block. Wago, fine Wago. Yeah, all the grounds are connected. All the grounds are common. All the mains are all the mains, positive and negative, are common, and all the grounds are common. Please tell me these fit in here. No, they do. Okay, good. Yeah, they're all common. I need my thing. Listen on these. That's AC, need it for DC. I know, Troy. I loop them when I do that. When that part comes, I loop them, so I make it one continuous thing with a bunch of things. This ain't my first rodeo wiring up a controller board. This is like time number half dozen. Where did I get it? This shirt is from Joel's store, 3D Printing Nerd, but he doesn't, his store is closed right now, I think. I don't think his store is open right now. Baker does in a computer. Well, I'm saying controllers that I've wired up that have this arrangement where they have way too many ins and outs when they could have just had commons. Because the thing is, I don't have to use all these on this one, I think. Because let's see here. Oh wait, I do need to have inputs. Yeah, so like this is how I usually do it. I have it go in and then I just go whoop and then whoop and then whoop and then I just loop them all. So this one's separate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because you've got what do you got here? You got how many ins we got? We got bed power in, board power in, driver high in, driver low in. Why am I putting power in for driver high and driver low if I'm only using 2 drivers on this board? But I guess the controllers need power, like this logic needs power, so I guess, I don't know. I don't know how it's, I just do the thingy that it says to do with the thingy and the science, and it goes brr, and then we have a nice day. So, yeah. No, none of this is 48 volt. The 48 volt comes in through the 48 volt strictly stays on this side. It goes into the control, the high volt drivers, and that's it. So they get their own. Why? Oh, this is ground. Ground's common. Yeah. So yeah, the only high voltage on this machine, or the only 48 volt, comes directly from this into these 4 steppers, and that's it. There is no 48 volts on the actual control board itself. Now, if you were running the 5160s that are step stick format, you would be putting 48 volt to your board, but we are not doing that. So we're not putting 48 volt to the board. So yeah. At some point, you connect the negative, the 24 DC side to the 48 volt to complete the circuit. What? You connect the negative on the 24 volt DC side to the 48 to complete the circuit. What? Negative on the 24 volt DC side to complete the circuit. Whoa. The only 48 volt is going from this power supply into these drivers, and that's it. Positive and negative into these drivers. That's it. DC negative must be connected between the 48. Purple wire between the power supplies. That's, oh, I thought that was a ground. Sorry, my bad, I misread that. I thought that was the ground connecting it. Why are you connecting the 2 ground, why are you connecting the 2 negatives on the power supplies? Why are you connecting the 2 DC negatives on the power supplies? Is it a like a common DC ground? Do you need a common DC ground for this kind of wiring? Prevent floating voltages. But isn't all the 48 completely separate? Okay, Steve's saying it. It's not that I don't trust you, I'm just trying to figure out the logic, because 48 volt only lives on these. These are the only things with 48 volts is these. So these are completely on their own kind of thing. The board's drivers problems. Okay. Like, again, I'm not doubting it. It's just I'm trying to figure out what the reasoning is. There's a potential difference. Okay. Well, I'll connect them. It's no biggie. It's just trying to just figure out why I'm connecting them. Okay. So this is the negative. This is the positive. Okay. So you want to connect common ground? We shall do common ground. Yeah, I thought the purple, I was looking at it, I thought the purple was the ground wire. I'm like, I got a common ground. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm running low on these. Yeah, these guys. There is a lot of wiring in this printer. There is a lot of wiring in this printer. Is that negative? Well, I get they like. I just thought, like, you know, the 48 volt, because again, the 48 volt is only in these steppers. So like these are their own thing and they have their own power supply. So if these are their own thing with their own power supply, why would the DC, why would they need to share a common DC if they're their own thing? Like if you know, you're feeding both voltages into the board, I don't know. I do what audience tells me to do. You say jump, I jump. Now I jump. Do the same thing with the Pi. It's been a while since I've never done that on a Voron, by the way. On a Voron with the power supply, PSU and the controller PSU, or the Raspberry Pi. I've never put a common ground ever. I've never done that. So yeah, it explains why I get random MCU issues. This blows up and I get sparks. I'm coming for you. If it doesn't get on camera. If it gets on camera, then we get footage for the intro, and then we're okay. But if I don't get footage for the intro, we're gonna have a bad day. There we go. Okay, so we got a common DC negative ground between both power supplies. There we go. Yay. Fire extinguisher. I don't have a fire extinguisher out here actually yet. I need to do that. I keep forgetting to. I'm waiting for them to go on sale on Costco. I do have a garden hose right there though. So advantage of it being a garage, I got a garden hose right there. Okay, so now we need some Wago. Some nice Wagoos. Fancy Wago, because now we're gonna wire up that guy. Do I have a list of Wagos? Yeah, buy a 90-piece kit and just use whatever ones you need. It depends how you wire things up. Like, what you could do is you could just have your positive and negative come here, and then you just crimp and loop them together and crimp and loop them together and crimp and loop them. Or you could do what I'm gonna do and just have each one connect to a Wago and just have their own little individual wire run. I might do the first one, just crimp and loop. I might just crimp and loop. I'm just gonna crimp and loop. I'm gonna save the Wagos, screw it. I like the look of a crimp and, yeah, I'm gonna crimp and loop. I'm gonna crimp and loop. Crimp and loop. I pinch those wires, gonna cut them. Make sure the wire's thick enough. Well, it's only pulling these, what, 18 gauge wire? 18 or 20 gauge wire? IEC 300 3 500 volt. Does it say the gauge? It doesn't say the gauge. Jiangsu San Mu Duan Lan Yu Jigon Si. Okay, that's not a gauge. What's the gauge on this? Doesn't say the gauge. It just says 300/500V. Either way, should be fine. 2 wires and a spade pad. I know. Fine. Fine. I'll use the Wagos. I'll use the premium Wagos then. I summoned a demon. Cthulhu? Is that you? How does one crimp loop? I don't know. I just strip them both and then you twist them together and you put the Wago or the crimp on and you crimp it. I've done it dozens of times. I'll use the fancy wire. How much? What gauge is this stuff? Juan, don't drink your Ovaltine. Okay. Baldur's Gate 3 bosses. Are they the Act 2 bosses? Because the Act 2 bosses, you don't have to fight most of them. The Act 2 bosses, you can do what's called a pro gamer move and tell them to super slide themselves. Quite easily, apparently. I don't think I've ever fought the Act 2 bosses in Baldur's Gate. You just charisma check them. Yeah, the sewer slide. Is that the one kiddies are using? I can't remember. I'm not a TikToker. I don't know the lingo. Fine. Yep, we're playing Baldur's Gate on stream tomorrow. That's what we're doing. So if you're a member of the channel or Patreon supporter, we're playing Baldur's Gate. I need to do a tactician playthrough, and I might start that. Because I want to play... I don't know if I want to play Monk or Paladin. I haven't played Monk or Paladin yet. Might do Monk. Thinking Dark Urge Monk and just hit people. Open palm. Just hit people. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Paladin Z's. I have a Paladin playthrough where... Actually, no, I have played Paladin. I got a Paladin playthrough where I never broke oath once. I would just Paladin of Vengeance. And just... hit people. It's vengeance. Oh, broke that. Shoot. Right. We might have to end the crimping soon if I run out of these connectors. If Baldur's Gate doesn't get Game of the Year, I'm going to be disappointed. All the smites. Yeah. There are so many builds in BG3 that are broken. But it's 5e Dungeons and Dragons. There's a lot of broken in 5e Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so you can go there. There. Okay. Give me my Wagos. There are no Wagos. There. Screwdriver. Oh! Hey, look what I found on the ground. I found the sticker. Well, apparently there's a patch coming out for it like today or tomorrow or Thursday or something that's supposed to give you Mac compatibility for like the people that actually game on a Mac. All 2 of you. There we go. There we go. Nice little piece of paper next to some voltages. It's always good to see. So much room back. Oh yeah, you guys got the 330. It'll be interesting to see how Baldur's Gate runs on a Mac, because graphically it's only a DirectX 11 game and it's not crazy intensive. Like some of the stuff's really good. Like the character models are amazing. And I love the armor designs, and they got like subsurface scattering and a few things that just make like certain things. The eyes and character skin look really good, but it's still only a DirectX. There's no RTX or anything like that. But Act 3 kills computers with the, you know what, I'm gonna put a little piece here. Act 3 just kills computers with all the NPCs. So it'll be interesting to see how it handles it. It'll be interesting. Nice, using forks, protons. So the thing is, it's the processing, because the Macs don't really have a GPU, and the game doesn't use a ton of VRAM, but it's like I've got my computer's a 3950X, and it's got a 3080 in it, and even with that at 1080p ultra settings, like fully maxed out settings, 1080p. I get anywhere from 120 to 90 FPS, but Act 3 drops me down to like low. It drops me down to like the 40s to 50s, depending on what's going on. And I've seen 30s in some areas. Want that guy returned. Go yell at Joel. This is from Joel Telling Store, and he hasn't restocked his store. You know, I still get emails from his store saying, hey, we got a sale, and then there's nothing there. So this is from Joel's store. Human eye can only see up to. I game at a high FPS monitor. I got a 165 hertz monitor. I bought it before 240s were a thing, and I can tell. I like me my high frame rate. Nice bundle of wires. There we go. Okay. Again, these ones, oh, these ones come in here now. There we go. So these wires I'm gonna have just come here. Yeah. Okay, so red, you come in. Go there, and you go there. You could see 60 hertz flickering. I miss CRT monitors. They just worked. Plus, they're a CRT, right? So it's kind of like, it's like when you run a game that was designed for CRTs on HD, and it doesn't look the same because when you design, especially pixel games, like, you know, any game with pixel art, or even PS2 games, the way you basically, because it wasn't pixels, they were I don't know, it wasn't pixels. So you basically, let me see if I can find the image. Yeah, this. So on the left is what it would look like on a CRT, and on the right is what like it looks like on like a modern TV. So because it like rounded and blurred, like it wasn't so crisp, you got like effects, like, you know, like everything just kind of looked better. Yeah, like making sure. Yeah. So like the Dracula here. Like, see what I mean? Like, because it almost like it like, I don't know. It's like almost like kind of anti-aliasing kind of effect. So games that were like I have my PS2 still, right? I've got my PS2. Literally a couple months ago, I'm like, I'm gonna play some Ace Combat 4, Shattered Skies. And I'm like, yeah. So I fired it up. I've got the progressive cable, so I can plug my PS2 into a 1080p TV. And I'm playing. I'm like, this looks like ass. This looks like horrible. And part of that is the CRT effect. Because I fired it up on an emulator, because I legit own the game, so you can't yell at me for emulating it. And it looks so much better because you can emulate a lot of those CRT effects. So. So this is gonna be annoying because this is gonna use up a lot more wire doing it this way, but it's safer. This takes a while, so much longer to wire up than a Voron. I'm trying to untangle these wires. Yeah. Whatever, I'll just untangle them as I go. Technically, Nintendo would still let you if you own the physical. Yeah, I don't care. I'd rather play, you know, we have Breath of the Wild on the Switch. My wife plays it on the Switch. But I'd rather, if I'm going to play it, which honestly, once, you know, Baldur's Gate came out, I stopped caring about any game but Baldur's Gate. It completely dropped off, in my opinion. Like, quality-wise, I'm like, games running on Nintendo games on the Switch, it looks so bad. The jaggies. The jaggies. Oh, the jaggies. Like, it's not the animations, it's not the art style. It's just, it looks blurry. I don't know. If I could play a game at 1080p, or 1080p, but upscale to 4K with 16x anti-aliasing and all kinds of other cool effects, I'm going to. The Switch is ancient by today's standards in terms of hardware. It's an NVIDIA Tegra. Okay, so the problem is the sticker makes it so I can't see what I'm doing. I have to like look under the sticker. And what's really annoying, I was actually at the hardware store the other day and I bought connectors, but they didn't have any of the fork terminal ones. So I've only got 4 left. I've only got like 4 of these left. Because I'm like, I need more, I need to buy them, but they didn't have any at the store. So I literally only have 4. So I'm like, shit, so we're not gonna be able to finish it all. But, c'est la vie. Wire up other stuff instead. We're not horizontal conduit here. I could. Like put it through here. Because there's high voltage here. I'm trying to keep the high voltage as separate as possible. I'm just gonna have this come out and I'll just bundle it. I could do this and then come up, but they're still coming here, so I'd rather just do this. And then I'll just put wrap around this whole thing. A little bit shorter on the wires too. Uses less wire. Are you planning on connecting the Pi to the board? Yeah, it comes with a little USB adapter to power the Pi. No 48 volt wires go to the board. Wait, why am I wiring shit? This is the 24 volt power supply. Why did I pull 48 volts? This comes from the other side. Oh, whatever. Big brain. Big brain. This is the 48 volt. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is reuse those. Yeah, that would have been a pop. Good catch, whoever that was. That's the 48 volt power supply. This is the 24. I need to get my label maker and label these properly so I don't do that again, because that would have been bad. Okay, let's do this. 1 second here. 1 second here. Where did I put my screwdriver? How do you lose an LTT store screwdriver right in front of your face? There it is. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so this is the positive. This is the negative. And you go in there, and you can come out there. Cool. Oh, I hear the doggo. And this is positive. Goes in there, and all of that just kind of disappears in there. And this is negative. You guys hear the dog barking? My dogs are a barking. Well, my dog is a barking. I'd open the door, but I got a box piled in front of the door. Okay. Yeah, Dorgor Bork. Borky Bork Bork. Coda. Yeah, Coda's doing his Bork Bork. Bork Bork, I'm a dork. He's outside, so you're not gonna see the doggo, unfortunately. He's outside. What's also outside, we got our house sprayed for, they spray our house for spiders twice a year, once in the spring, once in the, like, right before the beginning of summer and right after the end, or beginning of fall. So we had our house sprayed for spiders yesterday, and you come inside, like you open the garage door, and like all the spiders are just dead and they're hanging everywhere, and you're like, ew. I hear a ding-a-ling. Crimpin' ain't easy shirt. You're right. Well, it's actually kind of easy. It's just the problem is it's its own thing. Crimpin' is its own thing. Just tedious and repetitive and monotonous. And it's super exciting Almost as exciting as winning a spool of Polymaker filament, which you can do by entering for your chance in the video description. What am I doing for dinner tonight? I gotta figure out what I'm doing for dinner. What can I make for dinner? Okay. Grilled cheese? Nah. I had too much bread over the weekend. I'm trying to count my calories and avoid bread. Bread is horrible for that. And we went to an outdoor thing over the weekend. Like, you know, like all the shops, like they shut down the street, or stroll the street or whatever it's called. And I went to a bakery and I bought a nice big loaf of sourdough bread. So we used that. We made French toast with it for breakfast on Saturday, and then Sunday had that again with some like naan bread and some butter chicken and whatnot. So ate good. So enough bread, too much bread, too many carbs. Okay. So I don't have enough connectors to finish this, unfortunately. I don't think. Yeah, I don't. So I'm gonna have to go buy. Oh wait, no. The kit has some. The kit does have some. Sweet. Sweet, the kit does have some. We're good, we're good. I can continue. Cool. Cool, we're good. So yeah. But speaking of funny, so we went to this kids thing, right? And you know how when you go to some events, like the parking lot's full, so they have you park on the grass? Yeah, there's some from the kit in the box, I just saw them. So you have to park on the grass to go to this thing we brought Calvin to over the weekend. And it was funny because he had to drive over the curb. Well, they had some wood there so you can hop the curb easily, right, in most cars. And we're in line, and there's like 3 cars in front of me, and they're all like big honking SUVs, like Yukons and whatnot. And they all like jump out of line to avoid driving on the curb in the grass. And I'm just like, you have a giant SUV with like a foot of clearance. What? So I get up there with my Supra, I'm like, ah, over it. Although I did find the 3-foot hole in the there's like a 3-foot divot where there was like a pipe or something buried that, yeah, I guess you drove through that. A little worried at first. I was a little worried with that because the car, you know, you're bumping up, and you're like, ah, that ain't good. So that was fun. Now, luckily, it's a Subaru, and I don't care. There's one little piece of trim popped out, and I popped it back in, and we're good. So, like one of the light housing, the fog light housing popped off, and I'm like, that ain't good, and I kicked it, and it popped back in. I'm like, okay, we're good. Okay, so this one's backwards because it's evil. So that's negative. And positive. Go. There we go. So what I'm going to do is just get a wire wrap and just wrap all that up. Make it look good. Which I might have some. I know I got some downstairs. I'll dig it out later. Now I'll just put a zip tie on it. Did I print the TPU? No, I did not. I was going to. I literally went downstairs after the stream ended. I put TPU in the Mark IV, and then I forgot. Because I was like, okay, I'm gonna make dinner first, and then I forgot. So no, I haven't yet. I gotta do that. Same with like, I gotta print the parts up here for the tensioner, and I gotta print all the enclosure parts still. It's like, yeah, I'll get to it. There we go. See, that looks fine. Running the wires through down here and up, like running the wires all the way down through here and then up, would have taken a lot more wires. And you know what, this looks fine. There we go. Because now I gotta run wires from here all the way to the power supply. Okay. What? Cheers, Williams. Sorry to hear, buddy. I want to build a boron. I'll ask you whether I should source my parts. Get a kit. Aviation fan, get a kit. Yeah, get a kit. Yeah, William, sorry for your loss. Yeah, if you're gonna get a kit, today's day and age, get a kit. The days of sourcing were like back in the day where, like, I remember when I built my first V2, it was like $1,000, if that, because you used to get free shipping on AliExpress for everything. So you had to wait 3 months for everything to show up, but it was free shipping on everything. And shit used to be a lot cheaper on AliExpress. So you would get all your rails for like $90. The most expensive part was the frame, which you got from Asumi. But like the motors, you would get the 5-pack from, you know, Stepper Online pack for like $50. And there was all your motors. And then you would just buy a bunch of screws. Like it was just so much cheaper back in the day. And then you would have to wait 3 months for everything to show up. Now, granted, the quality of everything, especially like bearings, were not great. Like bearings died all the time back in the day. Because the bearings were like, you bought like the cheap generic pack of generic AliExpress bearings. And you would buy your rails from CNA. And I remember you would buy a pack of 4 rails and then a pack of 3 rails. Because you needed 7 rails, right? 4 for the Z, 2 for the Y, 1 for the X. And you'd buy a pack of 4 and then a pack of 3. Because if you bought them all at once, you had to pay shipping. But by splitting the order up, you got it for free shipping. So like, that's what you did back in the day. Okay, so. Hopefully I got it on a camera where you guys can actually see something. You're not just staring at the back of my head. Hey, we're good. Okay, I'm gonna run this like this. How many onion? Well, you only wore the one because that was the style at the time, right? And then with the nickel, you can take the train down to Shelbyville, and there you can get more discounts, right? Because the wire was, you know, chromium plated back over there. Should I be running it like this? Probably not, but I am. But yeah, back in my day, keep bumping my mic, sorry. But once everyone started coughing, unfortunately the days of like free cheap shipping on AliExpress kind of went away. And then everything got expensive. And then with the V2. One of the big reasons we redesigned the V2.2 to the 2.4 was cost cutting. Like people are like, oh, Vorons are expensive. Yeah, they used to be more expensive. We actually took a pretty serious look at a lot of the design back in the 2.2 and tried to cost it down as much as possible with the 2.4. If you look at the 2.2, it used a lot more bearings. A lot more bearings. And a bunch of other stuff that was changed over the design. There we go. Run the wire under. Yeah, there's a lot of wires already under though. Plus it's low voltage wire. It's not like rubbing on anything. So there we go. And then what you do is you take this little piece here and you go, oh, look at that, nice and clean. So clean. Okay, so that's that. So now I gotta figure out, I gotta wire up 24 volts to every one of these now. Yay! Yay! So many flipping freaking wires. That's a lot of wires. So now I basically got to do exactly what I just did for 24 volts to these, but now I got to do it for 48 volts to these. Do I have another one of those Wago connector thingies? I don't know if I printed, how many I printed. I think I only printed like 3 or 4, and I'm already using 3. I've got the fan header. I got the fan hooky uppy thing. Do I have one more? Oh, I do have one more. Okay. Shoot. Okay, well, you're gonna go over here. Ah, shoot. You know what? I should have, crap. Because I should slide these over like that. Because these ones are gonna be right here. You know what? I'm gonna do the thing I shouldn't do, but I'm going to. I'm gonna boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the thing you're not supposed to do because I'm gonna do that. And just go boop, 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 all the way up. Because I don't think you need, I think 20 gauge wire for this would be fine, right? 20 gauge wire for this should be fine. You shouldn't need 18 gauge wire. It's 48 volts, right? It's lower voltage. So I'm gonna use, where is my 20 gauge wire? I got a bunch of 20. Yeah, do 20 gauge wire and just go boop, and boop, 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 easy peasy, right? Yeah, I've got ferrules, so crimping them together is going to be no problem. Yeah, I don't want to use this wire. This wire is way too thin. I'm trying to find. I know I got some inside, but I know I have it outside too. I really got to go through this toolbox one day and like set it up for the 3D printing stuff I do now, because it's all filled with like tools for my shop days, and I gotta like actually make homes for stuff so I don't just keep piling it up on this bench that just gets filled with stuff, because that's kind of what seems to be happening right now, and it makes a mess and I can't find anything, and then I do find it but it's not what I need. Where did I put that box of wires? How do you lose a box of 20 gauge wire? How? How? Who? Seriously, how did I lose it? Dang it. I'm gonna go downstairs. What time are we at anyways? Oh, we only got 10 minutes left. Okay, I think we're gonna call it there then. Yeah, we'll do that next stream then. We'll do that next stream. Because I've got, so let's maybe crimp and strip some more stuff while I'm doing that. Okay, what's this? So that's that. So let's, Raspberry Pi. So I don't want to put this on until I got to print this and put this on so I can organize that. The chamber fans, I haven't wired up any of the chamber fans. So where is my CPAP stuff? So where's the CPAP stuff? So where do these go? This. Okay, so this is the power from the CPAP, which I got right here. So where do you go? You are fed 24 volts. Okay. So not long enough. Scheiße. So I'm gonna have to extend you. Okay. What about the control? One wire goes to here. So the gray wire goes to there, but it's already on a thingy. So I'm assuming I don't use the pot anymore. I'm assuming we're not using the potentiometer anymore. And I literally just take the one wire and it goes to there. That's it. That's it. The second wire goes to there. Oh, okay. That's okay. So one wire. Okay, so unplug that. So let's. Ooh. Literally, if I had put this here, we would have been fine. So what I'm gonna have to do, so these, take out every wire but the one. So every wire but the one comes out. Let me find a pin. I'm gonna move it, but I'm gonna put the box here first and then move this here so I can just plug it in. You win some, you lose some. Yeah. C'est la vie. That ain't gonna fit. And I wish I had some tweezers out here. I don't have any tweezers out here. Pop out. Like I'm trying to be like, oh, I need to use fancy and save the wires. Cut. 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 Because just wire number 2 I need. I am trying to resave the housing though. That I am trying to save. So don't forget, since we're getting to the end of the stream here, so I'll do the little reminders. This Friday is the community challenge stream. Every month we do a community challenge. You still have time to enter. Literally go take a print speak English. Go take a picture of your printer setup. Go join the Discord. Post a picture of your printer setup. You can win some filament. You can win some Only Benchies merch. If you're lucky, it might show up for Earth or Smurf or Murph. Which one's coming up soon? Murph. Earth. Like the doggy. Earth. There you go. There we go. So go enter for your chance. Do this now. The stream Friday will start a little bit later. It will be at 2:30. So it's the first one. Yeah. So that goes there. then this clips in there, and then that will go to here. But I need to, literally, it's okay. Of course, it's held on with VHB tape, which, as you know, VHB tape comes off so easily. Like, you just kind of brush it and it comes off, right? A light, gentle breeze, and you can remove VHB tape. Although if you twist it, it usually comes off pretty good. And of course, when you got it attached to a PCB, nice and simple, nice and simple. Don't scuff the frame up. Might be able to reuse this. There you go. Yeah. Right about there. There we go. There we go. So I gotta put that there, that there. I'll VHB this on once we figure out where everything else goes. I'll run a channel wire, whatnot, make it look all pretty. This I have to extend down to here because this ain't gonna fit. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Cool. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. And then these, you just stuff everything behind there and make it look pretty. There you go. Oh, look at that. Cool. It's getting there. It's getting there. This looks clean. And then we're gonna have to run this wire. Okay, there we go. There is a lot of wiring up to this, and it's a lot of crimping and stripping, so that just takes time. It's been a while since I've actually wired up a printer without a pre-made wire harness. So I think that's what's eating into this, because I'm like, why is this taking so long to wire this all up? And it's like, it doesn't have a pre-made wire harness. It's not like the LDO kits or anything I've built lately where it's just like bump, 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 and you're done. It's like, oh, you have to size all these, crimp them, strip them, etc. And you're like, ugh. So. Stripping easy. You are right. You are right. 350 messages. What the? Oh no, that's just updates. There we go. Oh, there's already tinfoil hat conspiracy stuff between Prusa and Bambu. That's always fun. How have you people? Oh my god. Twitter. Twitter. Twitter, Twitter. Twitter is horrible. Twitter is horrible. Twitter is horrible. So yeah, so there we go. So guess what we're doing next Friday, or next Tuesday? More wiring. Have I played Dark Urge? Yes. I've already beaten the game as a Dark Urge. So here, okay. Here's my thing with Baldur's Gate. I've beaten it twice so far. I've gone a third character to Act 2. But then I stopped. So, okay, so I beat the game once using usually when I play a game the first time, what I'll do is I'll just kind of stumble through it, focus on the main quest, and whatever happens along the way, and then I beat the game in it. By the way, we got 8 minutes left in the stream, so this is your chance to enter to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the description. Also check out 3D-print3dshop.org. Link in the description if you're interested in getting one of these kits yourself. So that's usually how I play a game through the first time. And then the second time, I did a redeemed Dark Urge character, but I literally just didn't, I powered through the game just to do that storyline. And then as soon as I finished the redeemed Dark Urge portion of the story, I kind of stopped. So it technically didn't beat the game, but it's like, I just got to go finish the game, which doesn't really change. So there's that. And then my third character, I'm like, oh, hey, they fixed Minthara. I'm gonna play Minthara, or a character with Minthara in your party. This is a character that's locked behind being a very bad person. You have to do bad stuff to get this character in your party, and it kind of basically removes half the content in the game. Because the reason there is only half the content is because the people the content would be around are dead. Yeah, so I played that for a bit, and I'm like, everyone's dead. All my friends are dead. So what am I gonna do? So I kind of stopped that like midway through Act 2, because it's like, okay, everyone's dead, and I'm like, I'm making the NPCs feel bad. So I might start another character like a genocide playthrough. Pretty much, if you played Undertale, it's like a genocide playthrough, because you have to, like, most people play the game goody, and that's where most of the game is, because, you know, if you get rid of half the characters in Act 1, those characters that give you quests in Act 2 and 3 aren't there to give you quests. So it's like, oh, well, there's a lot to do now. So we'll see. Have you ever talked about what UPS use? I can't remember if I think it's an APC 1500 VA1. It's whatever one was big and on sale at Costco. Buy them at Costco, because if they die early, you can just refund it. It's Costco. So it's hard for me to, that's the problem. Like, I really like the character Minthara. Great voice actress. Like, the character is actually a really interesting character and has a ton of like fun interactions. The problem is you only get her in Act 2 if you're a complete, you got to be evil in Act 1 to get her. And the problem is, it's like you do her stuff in Act 1 and then you have to finish Act 1 because there's like a bunch of other stuff you got to do. Then she finally shows up in Act 2. And then it's like everyone's dead and everyone hates me. And then she does that, well, I was doing all this stuff because I was being controlled. You did it because you were free and you had the choice to be a bad, evil person. Why did you do it? And you're like, oh, to impress you? What do you think of the Butler is a cool character. The problem is, though, I haven't played an evil Dark Urge character all the way through yet. That's the Minthara playthrough, which I haven't finished playing because everyone is dead. So he's a cool character. Him on I will say the Redeemed Dark Urge, once you finish the actual plot line of the Redeemed Dark Urge, is actually really satisfying. And the problem is, we'll talk about Baldur's Gate on stream tomorrow for the member stream, a lot of it. The character, it's for those that don't know, Baldur's Gate, you have like 3 options of playing the game. You can play as what's called Tav, which is like just a default generic character. You can create him, her, them, whatever. You can make the character whatever you want, pick their background, pick their class, whatever, and then you go into the game. And then you have the origin characters, which you have the option of actually playing the game as any of your party. So if you want to play the game as Shadowheart, you can play the game as Shadowheart. You want to play the game as Will, you can play the game as Will. And you basically have their story is now your story, and you can interact with all the characters and whatnot. So it's actually a cool thing. But then you also have a character called the Dark Urge, which, unlike the other origin characters, you can customize. So all the other characters, if you play as, Will, you are playing as Will. He's a warlock, and that's what he looks like, and that's his background. You play as Will. But the Dark Urge, you can customize it. So it's an origin character because it has its own stories, but it's all customized, which if you've played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, you need to play Dark Urge. But the thing is, it's kind of like New Game Plus, I would say. So play through the game as a Tav, which is like create your own, or like your own character. And then when you go to do your second playthrough, play as Dark Urge, because it adds so much that it kind of like is like New Game Plus with a bunch of extra content for free. But the thing is, though, it makes the story so much better that you'll be like, I missed out on so much not playing this character. So I want my character. Well, there's mods for that. So get whatever you can afford. Yeah, when it comes to a UPS, you want to get one 1,000 or bigger. You don't want to get one too small because the power draw will be too much for it and it'll complain all the time. So I've got a 15 amp one or 15 VA one. Basically, mine will run a printer for about 10 minutes. Mine will run a V2 printing ABS full out for 10 minutes before it dies. Probably a bit less now because it's like 2 years old. But it's enough that if the power flickers, the printer keeps going. Because if the power goes out for 10 minutes and the UPS shuts off, if the power, if you had power resume features, in 10 minutes your bed would be cool anyways and the print would probably have failed. So basically UPS's insurance for those quick, short little power failures, it's not going to save you if the power goes out overnight. But on most printers, if the power was out overnight, you probably can't resume it in the morning anyways. I've tried it. I've tried it on the Prusas. I've tried it on the Bambu, where a power has gone out overnight and it's like, ooh, in the morning I can hit resume. The problem is the bed has gotten cold and the part no longer sticks to the bed. So it just falls off. So yeah. So either basically power through the power outage or don't even bother, in my opinion. So I would recommend a small one for a router and stuff in the living room. Yeah, like my server doesn't have a huge UPS. So basically my server has enough of a UPS where if the power's out for like more than a couple minutes, my Unraid server shuts down automatically. Like it's connected to the UPS, so it talks. So if the power goes out and the UPS gets down to like 50%, it will automatically shut itself down safely, spin all the drives down and everything. But also my router and whatnot is hooked up to that same UPS. So what about the Ultimaker? What about the Ultimaker? We were playing. I found a CHT for it. I got to put that in. So how do we even have power failures? The last ones I've had were because of severe thunderstorms. So what are we at? We're at 5 o'clock. We're going to do a giveaway. You guys want to do a giveaway? Let's do a giveaway. So let's do a giveaway. I cannot wait to build this chocolate printer. It's not going to show up till October. But yeah, I can't wait to build the chocolate printer and then make chocolate and then somehow figure out how I'm going to recuperate the cost of a $1,500 US chocolate printer, which is awesome. And I don't care, but that's a big business expense at the end of the year. But I don't care. It's chocolate. And I bought even extra chocolate with it. So expect a ton of chocolate content to try, and I'm gonna make all the shitty shorts to make up for that. Oh my god, why are you spamming Burns family? Burns family, time out. Jeez. Okay, Burns family, bring it. My only interactions with you over the past several streams are when is the draw? And then today, you know how we do the numbers, you spam 25. So that leads me to think that you're just here for the giveaways. So if I continue to think that way, I have discretion on things, put it that way. So, see, Sebas is being funny, so he can get away with it. So give me a number between 1 and 25. I would buy a chocolate printer by Nero's. Chocolate printed by Nero. Cheers, Vitaly. If I get the printer before then, I'll see. I don't even know when people start putting numbers because y'all have been spanning numbers for too long. So I'm just gonna go with Humble Deer's 13. If I doubt it, it's not gonna happen in 2 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. Why did I go to 15? 1, 2, 3, 13. Maybe I'll smuggle some stuff in for Smurf. I got some ideas on what I'm going to do for content with that thing, though, that I can't wait. Mutlu Badass. Mutlu Badass. Bazdaz? I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I'll probably butcher it, but cheers! Congratulations! You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. As long as you're a real human being, you are. Congratulations. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So yay, golf claps in chat. Okay, so we're gonna call it there. We will continue with the more wiring and the stripping and the crimping and the wiring and the stripping and the crimping, and I still gotta put the bed on this thing. But every time I finish the stream, I take this off the bench and then I gotta put it back on the bench. And it's getting heavy quick. There's a reason I don't put beds in printers until the very end. This thing is getting heavy very quickly. So yeah, I got to finish it up and get it installed on the shelf at some point. But I got the toasties back up on the shelf now. Power lever. So yeah, we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go make some din din because I am starving, and we'll carry on wiring this up next week. Again, Friday is the community challenge stream. Saturday will be Tallboy. Hopefully the new stuff for the Galileo and Big Tree Tech shows up. And then next week's schedule, because next week is Earth, there will be a Tuesday stream. There may be a Thursday stream instead of the Friday stream. And if it is, it's just gonna be a hangout stream. And then also tomorrow will be the members only stream. So if you're a member of the channel or a Patreon supporter or become one in the next 24 hours, you'll be able to hang out in that stream. So we are gonna call it there. It's Tuesday out there. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there, wash your hands, and I will see you on Friday at 2:30. Goodbye.